Hi everybody, Matt Chapman here, insurance expert. So I'm carrying on my mini-series about income protection, the importance of maintaining regular income in all of our lives. What I'd like to do today is relate it back to Mental Health Awareness Week. It's a very topical, relevant and poignant subject matter. I think it's fair to say that we're all likely to suffer from some sort of mental health concern throughout our working lives, albeit at varying degrees of severity. So it could be something as simple as, low self-esteem, a bit of workplace anxiety, or even potentially the grief from losing someone close to us. And that could also extend all the way through to something like crippling depression, which has a fundamental impact on someone's life. But I think it's important to understand that income protection can provide protection in the event of this happening to you. So it's a little known fact that income protection actually would provide a replacement income if you found yourself unable to work through mental health concerns. It's not something that's an obvious conversation starter. We tend to talk about things like cancer or heart attacks or strokes. But in actual fact, given the fact that mental health concerns are likely to impact us all, it's a relevant inclusion in any policy, and it's something that we as advisors ought to be talking to you about. So if you haven't yet suffered from any kind of mental health concerns, chances are you'll have it included in your policy. But even if you have, you ought to speak to a specialist advisor like myself or one of the people I've named in here, because we can go to market to see if we can't find you a provider that's going to offer you favourable terms. But you see, having a replacement income when you're suffering from a mental health concern is really, really important. Generally speaking, I think most of us, if we're suffering from that kind of thing, we tend to just carry on anyway because there's this reliance on the income that going to work brings us. And so we compound the problem, make it worse by carrying on working regardless until it cripples us anyway and stops us being able to work. So I guess having this kind of cover in place is really, really fundamental, because by receiving that replacement income, it's one less thing that you need to worry about, and it will allow you the space and freedom to come to terms with your condition and potentially look at improving your mental health. So my advice is to speak to someone like myself or one of the incredible advisors I've named below and have the conversation.